Amelia Bedelia walked into the kitchen. Mr. and Miss Rogers sang out, "Happy birthday, Amelia." "Thank you," said Amelia. "Take the day off to celebrate," said Miss Rogers. "I'll go and visit my cousin, Auclu," however you pronounce it. "Auclu," said Amelia. "Use our car," said Mr. Rogers. "Oh, I have not driven in years," said Amelia. "Is your license still good?" asked Miss Rogers. "It's great," said Amelia. "See how nice my picture looks?" "Your license is fine," said Mr. Rogers. "Let's see if your driving is as good as your picture. Meet me at the car. A short drive in the country will do you good." They backed out of the driveway and away they went. Amelia Bedelia drove very carefully. "What a beautiful farm," said Mr. Rogers. "Yes," said Amelia. "And what a nice bunch of cows." "Herd of cows," Mr. Rogers. "Herd of cows?" asked Amelia. "Of course I have herd of cows." "No," said Mr. Rogers. "I mean a cow herd." "So what if a cow herd?" said Amelia. "I didn't say anything bad." Some cows had wandered onto the road. "Watch out," said Mr. Rogers. Amelia Bedelia stopped the car. "Steer straight ahead," said Mr. Rogers. "No," said Amelia. "The steer is behind us." A cow with big horns looked into the car. "Push on the horn," said Mr. Rogers. Amelia gently pushed on the cow's horn. Mr. Rogers pushed hard on the car's horn. The cows ran back into the field. Mr. Rogers took out a road map. "I am looking for a crossroad," he said. "It will give us signs and to tell us where to go. While you look, I'll go for a walk," said Amelia Bedelia. "Get some directions if you can," said Mr. Rogers. Amelia Bedelia was back in 5 minutes. "I did not find a crossroad," she said. "They were all very nice, but I got lots of directions. Would you like a north or a south? And I have a nice southeast." "Now we are lost," said Mr. Rogers. "I have no idea where we are." "I know where we are," said Amelia. "We are right here." Mr. Rogers looked back at his map. They got back in the car. "Should I look for another nice road?" asked Amelia. "Don't you dare," said Mr. Rogers. "Look for a fork in the road." "I once looked for a needle in a haystack," said Amelia. "I never did find it." Mr. Rogers pointed straight ahead. "There is the fork," he said. Amelia looked very hard. She saw that the road split into 2 roads. "Which road is the fork in?" asked Amelia. "This road," said Mr. Rogers. "I don't see any forks or spoons," said Amelia. "Which way should I turn?" "Turn left," said Mr. Rogers. "Left?" asked Amelia. "Right," said Mr. Rogers. "Okay, I will turn right," said Amelia. "Not right," said Mr. Rogers. "Right is not right." "Well, right is not left," said Amelia. "That's right," said Mr. Rogers. "Left is right. Right is wrong." "I am really mixed up," said Amelia. "Right is wrong, left is right? Which way should I turn?" "Bear left," shouted Mr. Rogers. So Amelia Bedelia made a sharp turn to the right. "Amelia Bedelia," shouted Mr. Rogers. "Why did you turn right?" "Because," said Amelia, "you warned me about the bear." "What bear?" "You said there was a bear on the left," said Amelia. "There was no bear," yelled Mr. Rogers. "I said bear left." "Oh," said Amelia. "If I'd known that the bear had left, I would not have turned right." Mr. Rogers was about to blow up. The tire beat him to it.
Kapali! Thump, 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 thump.
"A flat tire," said Mr. Rogers. He got out and pulled on the spare. Mr. Rogers opened the trunk. He let out a big yell. "What's wrong?" asked Amelia. "Did that bear come back?" "Where is the spare tire?" asked Mr. Rogers. "And where is the jack?" "I don't know where Jack went," said Amelia. "Miss Rogers took everything out of the trunk yesterday. She said she had a lot to buy at the party store." Mr. Rogers let out a sigh. "This has been a long drive in the country," said Amelia. "The walk back to town will be even longer," said Mr. Rogers. "Stay here. I'll go and get help." "Good luck," said Amelia. Mr. Rogers disappeared down the road. Minutes later, Amelia Bedelia heard something coming. It was not Mr. Rogers. It was not even a car. It was a tow truck. "Need any help?" asked the driver. "That depends," said Amelia. "Are you a Jack?" "My name is John," he said, "but you can call me Jack for short." "I don't care how tall you are," said Amelia. "If you're a Jack, you'll do." Jack looked at the flat tire. He pulled out a big nail. "Here's your problem," said Jack. "A nail?" said Amelia. "I thought I ran over a fork in the road." Jack smiled. "Do you have a spare tire?" "I'd like to give you one," said Amelia, "but we don't have enough good tires for ourselves." Jack smiled again. "Would you like me to give you a tow?" "I've got all the toads I need, said Amelia. But could you pull our car back to town? Good idea, said Jack. He hooked up the car. They drove down the road and picked up Mr. Rogers. Then they were headed for home. There was a big crowd outside the Rogers house. Looks like a party, said Jack. How wonderful, said Amelia. Mr. Rogers got out of the truck. Good heavens, said Mr. Rogers. You look run down. Don't say that around Amelia, said Mr. Rogers. She might do it. Happy birthday, Amelia, said Cousin Aukloo. Hello, Cousin Aukloo, said Amelia. Mr. Rogers was helping me practice my driving so I could come to see you. But we didn't get very far. That's okay, said Cousin Aukloo. I can drive. I can come to see you anytime you want. You will not have to drive at all. Mr. Rogers shook his hand. Thank you, Cousin Aukloo. It may be Amelia Bedelia's birthday, but you just gave me the best present ever. Amelia Bedelia cut giant slices of birthday cake for everyone, and nobody has to go out to the road to find a fork. Hope you enjoyed my reading. I'm sorry if it sounded like a bit rusty, but this is my very first reading a book type video, so I'm trying to get used to it. If I mispronounced any words, I apologize for that, or if I misconcepted anything in a sentence, then I'm sorry for that too, but I will get better as my videos come along. This is Good Driving, Amelia Bedelia, by the I Can Read volumes by Herman Parrish, pictures by Lynn Sweet, and on the back it tells you about the book, Idea Sharing, and it tells you about the story. These are really good books for all ages. If you're into the childhood memory like I am, because these are very, very old books, and I read them as a child as well. So I will be back with another book reading, and it will be another Amelia Bedelia, as I have 5 more to read, which is Amelia Bedelia Bakes Off, or the Amelia Bedelia Goes to Camp, or Amelia Bedelia and the Cat, Good Work Amelia Bedelia, and Come Back Amelia Bedelia. I will choose out of those, and I will eventually be back with another reading, and I will get better as I keep reading, as the books come along. So I hope you guys bear with me as I get better by reading and having a better stand than just my dresser. So thank you guys for watching, listening, and if you have any suggestions for stories you'd like me to read, let me know down at the comments. Thumbs up this video, like it, subscribe, please and thank you, and I will see you guys in my next video, my next reading. Bye!